right off in there is she carries what I call next level leadership.
Mm.
Now, apostolically, I'm saying something because where she is a personality that you need to transition in church, particularly when you're birthing a church out of transition, or out of tradition, and you're shifting it. You not only need that personality, you need that gifting that she has. And real, as an apostle, understanding that, doing that oftentimes, what God was doing with us was laying a foundation on top of a foundation. And we needed another mindset, another people to help shift into this new place that he was calling us into. And so I began to observe the God presence in her life and her hunger for the things of God,
Amen.
which was more so me, because it was easy to make a release because I knew from the table you were hungry from.
Yes.
You didn't want religion. You wanted something that was going to thrust you into the heaven, to unlock you into another dimension. We were excited about that. So as I began to unfold the book, I was very impressed by it, daughter. Number one, I saw levels of dimension that need to be expounded on as it relates to an armor bearer and their gifting, and not taking this call and making it personal, but making it an opportunity to be empowered and a platform to transition.
Yes.
Not having understanding that this was not my final destination, just a cultivating ground for me.
Yes.
And so seeing all of that and then being able to go through the process, taking advantage of somebody else plowing the field, somebody else going through opposition, but you were there to witness it firsthand and to begin to glean and even be empowered behind your mentor, your spiritual mom. And this was wonderful to see that and to glean from that as you evolved, as you went on and developing you all the time behind the scenes, not trying to take up place, but understanding who you were. You know, who you were. I'm just who I am.
Yes.
My time will be when it's my time.
That's
Understanding that this was a pivotal place to developing a side of you that only she could pull out, because God, I believe God assigns people in our lives this season and be able to help unlock and release us. Assign people who can handle my temperament and my persona.
Yes.
How I see things and sometimes and help me when I'm overbearing and help me when I'm too aggressive and allow that person to develop you and you understanding.
That's good.
And trusting them.
Yes.
You doing what Joshua did to Moses. God said to Moses, Joshua, my servant, is dead. But Moses, my servant, is dead. But Joshua, who was Moses' servant.
Yes.
And you got to have a Moses.
Yes.
If you're going to pass the baton too. Joshua was Moses' successor because primarily he was Moses' servant. And he never asserted himself. He did whatever Joshua told him to do. He did whatever Moses told him to do. All the time God was equipping him. I think this is a powerful tool that I'm going to recommend for the in-house personnel and out-house for their reading, because I think it's another level and it's a different perspective. Allow me to say this. Oftentimes our readings come from a different perspective because most of our books doesn't come from our ethnicity. And so some of our experiences, some of the experiences we can't relate to, or they're not practical because we wouldn't do that. But we don't act like that in our church.
That's true. That's true.
We don't have those issues, but in our church there are some things that even the spirit of that writer can address, because
that's right.
We could just hear a person say something without saying it and know the spirit of what they experience, because we understand church as we do it.
That's it.
And I think that's another perspective that you hear from as you are evolving and going through your maturation process of developing you and transitioning from armor bearer to prophetess. And I thank God for all of that as God began to launch you forth and begin to unlock and begin to bring you into a new day. We know that these are not just acts. These are not just things that are done. I believe these are times of empowerments where heaven recognizes and demonic forces have to be subdued because things have been planted in the earth realm, things have been released, authority has been granted that you can begin to launch forth in phase 1, 2, 3, 4. Amen. Because this level of faith that birthed this here calls a release. Amen.
Yes.
But then and help create breakthrough. I'm working on something, but I always have understood it was the prophets who echoed the apostles are coming. So I have no problem that the 2 prophets wrote a book before mine come out.
Amen.
Because I know what they do.
Yes.
They make the declaration.
Yeah.
There got to be a John the Baptist to welcome Jesus. I understand that, and I understand that prophetically.
Yes.
You know, so I said, oh, that's wonderful. I said, another prophet with a book. Okay, that's right. I said, I know mine is coming. I'll be finished quicker than I thought. Yeah. And because you're looking at, not only you're looking at spiritual order,
yes,
but you're also appreciating the individual who plowed the ground.
Yes.
I appreciate that reading the book because I said, okay, I never saw that twist before. All right, okay, that was wonderful, and I think that's good because the average armor bearer evolves, and even if they're not, they need to have a practical application and a certain level of understanding of their assignment and realize. So we recommend this reading because I know people read Armor Bearer 1, mine read Armor Bearer 1, Armor Bearer 2, but I saw some things in your book that was not in either one. And so I thank God for that writing, for your writing, and how God has graced you. We look forward for the next phase of what He has purposed and assigned you to do. Amen. So we bestow the blessing of this house upon you, and we just thank God for what He has said you do. God bless you.
Amen.